So now that we have created the API for our project, if I go onto the home page, so if I close down the API and go into index.tsx, we now want to fetch the data but on the server side, so before the page is loaded. So if I go into Next.js documentation here and search for get server side props, essentially we want to get the props from the server side and pass them down into our home component here. So we want to access the movie results that we fetch from the server side. And then I'm also going to create an interface for this, and that is props of movie results. And then what we essentially are going to do is pass this down as a prop into home layout and then render down the film rows that way. So this will be equal to movie list type, like so. But for now, we will just leave that, and I will explain get server side prop as it says on the Next.js documentation. So essentially, it will pre-render this page on each request using the data returned by GetServerSideProps. So you got examples of when it runs here. So it's only going to be exported from a page. So when you should use GetServerSideProps is only if you need to render a page whose data must be fetched at request time. This could be due to the nature of the data or properties of the request. Pages using GetServerSideProps will be server-side rendered at request time and only be cached if cache control headers are configured. So essentially what will happen is we will fetch the data once at build time and then it will get cached. So the data will always be there unless we change the data, but in this case we won't be changing the movie data. So at the bottom of my index.tsx, I'm going to get a function called getServerSideProps, and there are examples of this on the Next.js documentation, but I'm just going to type it out. It will be slightly different because we are using TypeScript, so there will be some types we need to import from Next.js. So export const getServerSideProps, and this is going to get a type of getServerSideProps from Next, which is equal to an async function. And then we have a callback, so get server side props, and I'm going to get my movie result. So const movie result is equal to await fetch, and we're going to get it from here. So if I copy this and paste this in, so essentially we are going to get access to all of the movies here, and then we're going to convert them to JSON. And then once we have done that, after this block, we're going to return props, and the props we are going to return is the movie result. So return movie results like so, and also colon this off like that. And TypeScript's quite good at inferring the types anyway, so if there isn't an error, you would just leave it and allow TypeScript to do its thing. So now we are getting movie results. So in our console, we should be getting access to this in the index route. So movie list type, I'm now going to console log this out. So console log movie results equal to movie results. And now if I save and go back into my home page and inspect the home page, in my console, I am now getting the object back of this. However, I'm not getting the movie results back. It's showing up as undefined. So what I need to do is add an array. It is an array that is getting returned. So if I now save and now get access to the movie results, and there is an array of 20 objects in there. So now I am getting access to the movie results. We now just need to pass this down as props into home layout as movie results, and I'm just going to copy this interface across into the home layout index.ts and paste that in and import this as props and get our relevant type from movie list type. So now if I save, we now have access to the movie results. So what I now need to do is create film component that will render the movies for the relevant category.